What if the moon was made of glass? No, really. Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing a crystal clear, shimmering orb, glinting in the sunlight like a giant chandelier. It wouldn't be the soft, glowing friend we know today. It would be a blinding, sparkly disco ball in space, reflecting every beam of light it could catch. And it would be a problem. First off, let's talk brightness. The moon as we know it reflects about 12% of the sunlight that hits it. That's called its albedo. If it were made of glass, that number would skyrocket. Clear glass doesn't just reflect light, it refracts it. It bends it, concentrates it, and if it's the right shape, it focuses it. Yes, we've just turned the moon into a massive lens. Congratulations! You've accidentally built a 3,474 kilometer wide death ray. During the day, the glass moon would hang silently in the sky, catching sunlight like a calm, decorative ornament. But as night fell and Earth rotated away from the sun, a concentrated beam of sunlight would sweep across the surface, igniting forests, melting cars, and vaporizing anything unlucky enough to be in the focal point. Cities would glow not with light, but with fire. Assuming the glass was perfectly smooth, and let's pretend it is because realism died somewhere in paragraph 2, we'd now have giant light shows during lunar phases. Instead of a crescent or full moon, we'd get solar flares dancing across the atmosphere, focused through glassy arcs. You wouldn't need a telescope to stargaze. You'd need SPF 10,000 sunscreen, a welding mask, and the emotional stability to watch the sky try to burn your city down. But let's back up. Say the moon's made of non-lethal, dull, frosted glass. Maybe it doesn't kill us with a beam of pure sunlight every night. Maybe it's more like a huge bathroom window in space. Cool, fine, safe. We can deal with that. Except, glass is brittle. The moon gets hit by meteoroids all the time. Little rocks that don't burn up in the moon's non-existent atmosphere. On the current moon, they leave craters. On the glass moon, shatter city. With every impact, the surface would crack. Some pieces might break off entirely and fall to Earth. Think meteor showers, but instead of harmless dust, it's raining shards of space glass. Ever stepped on a Lego? Now picture stepping on one at Mach 12. Eventually, the moon would look less like a sphere and more like a fractured Christmas ornament someone dropped in the cosmic attic. It might even break apart entirely, slowly turning into a shimmering halo of debris. You know those beautiful planetary rings around Saturn? That, but razor sharp and Earth adjacent. And then there's the tides. Right now, the moon's mass and gravitational pull are responsible for the daily push and pull of Earth's oceans. Glass is much less dense than rock, about 2.5 grams per cubic centimeter, compared to the moon's average of 3.3. A glass moon would have significantly less mass. That means weaker tides, no more reliable ebb and flow. Coastal ecosystems, devastated. Marine life, confused. Surfers, retired. Also, fewer tides means less friction on Earth's rotation. Over time, the planet would spin faster. Days would get shorter, which sounds cool until you realize you're aging slightly faster and no longer have time for lunch. But wait, there's more. What about the moon landing? In 1969, Neil Armstrong famously took one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. But on a glass moon, that first step might have been his last. Even assuming they landed safely without shattering the surface on arrival, walking on a giant pane of glass in a vacuum sounds like an OSHA nightmare. No traction, no stability. And every micrometeoroid hit would echo through the structure like a bell. If there were air to carry the sound, which there isn't, but you get the point. Then again, maybe we never land on the glass moon. Maybe we just stare at it, terrified of cracking it like a cosmic egg. Maybe we build religions around its perfect fragility. Maybe it becomes a sacred object, or a weapon, or an inspiration. Maybe every child grows up dreaming not of astronauts, but of the great glass sky. And maybe, just maybe, it shatters anyway. Some rogue asteroid, tired of Earth's nonsense, swings by and knocks the moon clean in two. The fragments scatter. Earth is bombarded, not just with rocks, but with twisted mirror shards from the heavens. The dinosaurs were wiped out by an asteroid. We get killed by a broken space mirror. Poetic. So, yeah, what if the moon was made of glass? It would be beautiful, dangerous, ridiculous, blinding, possibly sacred, probably fatal, but admit it. Part of you still wants to see it. You?